Kelly. So what happened is that the woman had been on the way out and had said bye, Mom, and she took on out with the 2 cartons of groceries.
And
My
she,
nurse came by and put her carrot crackers and Vienna sausage down, and the lady said it'd be $112.80. And she said, "What, for this?" I said, "Well, no, Mama said she was going to pay for her groceries." "That's not my mama." "Well, it certainly is. You said goodbye, Mom, to her." "Well, yeah, but she told me to." And then the clerk got all mad and said, "Listen, y'all, every year, manager, come in." So the manager came over and said, "What's the matter?" She told him what the matter was. And the manager grabbed my nurse by the arm and said, "Come with me, I'm going to call the police." And as he started off with her to take her to the office, it dawned on her that the woman was around somewhere. "Look, she's out in the parking lot with the 2 grocery bags." I ran out there to the parking lot and grabbed this scenario now. Here was this old lady with the 2 cartons, pushing them, trying to get to the car. Here's the manager going after her. Here's my nurse screaming. Here's the other people all excited.
all the
And
customers just
all
staring
the
at
customers
everybody.
just staring at her. And so she gets to the car, and then she opens the door, trying to put some groceries in there, and then she can't do it. So then she jumps in the car and shuts the door on her leg. Yeah, on the leg. So here she is in the car, door shut, the manager trying to open it, she's pulling it, and he's telling her to open up, she's saying to let it go, and all of a sudden she grabs him, and he grabs him and starts pulling the leg, just like I'm pulling your leg.
Oh my God, he's pulling her leg.
He's pulling my leg.
And so, look, we had a preacher so pompous and prim and proper, and we had this old lady that she couldn't go to church, and so people would go visit her, and so, and she was good at telling stories and all of them. The preacher went by there to see her, and he sat on the couch. Now get this picture. He's on the couch. There's a bowl of those chocolate peanuts on the end table. And the old lady's sitting there, and I'm sitting here. And they have a conversation. And the preacher's eating them peanuts.
Just like the regular peanuts, right?
Yeah, just right. And so we got ready to go, and he looked over, and the bowl was empty. "Ma'am, I am so sorry. I've eaten all your peanuts." "Well, that's all right, preacher. I just sucked the chocolate off of you."
Shouldn't have any teeth, did she? Oh God.
Well, I'm telling you what's the truth. And so what happened is that this mama skunk had 2 skunk babies. And she named one of them Out and one of them In. And the peculiar thing about these skunk babies is that Out was always in and In was always out. And so she would call for In and couldn't find In, so she asked Out to go out and find In. And so he went out and come back in about a minute or 2. "Well, Out, how do you find In so fast?" "Instinct, Mama, strictly instinct."
Instincts.
Adrian and I were at a restaurant one time. The lady was sitting, and a couple was sitting next to him, to us. And all of a sudden, she did like this, and just slid under the table. And the waiter came up and said, "Ma'am, your husband just slid under the table." She said, "Oh no, that's not my husband. My husband just came in the door." But we were, in the officers club, a lot of peculiar things happened. And so,
In the officers club?
yeah, when we were in the Army.
Oh, okay.
And this we were sitting there eating, and the couple next to us, sure enough, we always sit next to the couple that's in trouble. And so they were sitting there eating, and this beautiful, voluptuous blonde came by there and stopped, said hello, and he got up and said, so, and then he gave her a big hug and a sweet kiss, and she left. And his wife says, who was that? And she said, oh, that's my mistress. What? That's your mistress? Doggone it, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to divorce you, and you can't have this thing no more, I'm through. Wait a minute, wait a minute. He said, wait a minute. He said, before you get all excited, remember who buys your Mercedes every year, who pays your dues to the country club, who buys you jewelry and furs, who gives you a maid 7 days a week. You better think about that. If you want a divorce, you know, give that up. Pretty soon over here on the other table, another friend of ours come in, this beautiful brunette came in. Started talking to him. He got up and talked to her, gave her a big kiss, and she went away. Huh? Who's this Jones woman? Who's kissed Mr. Jones? And the guy said, well, that's his mistress. Huh? Our mistress is prettier than her mistress, isn't it?
That's weird. At least she's got that.
I'm telling you what's the truth. Down in Louisiana, there's the Frenchmen down there really put an emphasis on education. They need to know what an education is. And the kid come home from school and his daddy said, what'd you learn? He said, I learned power square. And he said, slap him. He said, boy, power round, cake or square. And this kid comes home about 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock, comes home from school. Why are you home from school so soon? Well, the teacher sent me home. Why did that teacher send you home 10 o'clock in the morning? That teacher asked me who signed the Declaration of Independence. And I told him I didn't sign it, I didn't know it, and I don't care. And he sent me home. Man, he grabbed him by the nape of the neck and took him to school and said, teacher, you tell my boy to send home. And why you send him home? He said, well, I asked him who signed the Declaration of Independence. He said he didn't know and he didn't care. He grinned and he said, boy, listen to me. If you sign that declaration, you say so. If you didn't sign it, you shut your mouth.
Obviously, he was not very schooled. Less schooled than his son.
Oh, I'm telling you. Well, it's time for a commercial.
Commercial break.